everybody, welcome to Northernlion tries Elastomania. So this is, it's a long history, okay? Elastomania was a Flash game from the very early 2000s, like 2000 itself, that was what every person my age played in computer class when they should have been typing. But honestly, in 2020, playing Elastomania is probably like more applicable of a skill than typing is, because we learn typing anyway. Kids with their phones these days learn it anyway. What am I talking about? Well, I am checking this out. It just came out on Steam. I'm ready to go. Let's start it. The way that and now that I think about it, if you're not familiar, by the way, Elastomania is a extremely cursed-looking and yet nostalgia-rich, physics-driven motorcycle game. I personally remember it as taking place inside of like a monster truck arena, but now that I think about it, that might have been like a knockoff for all I know. There you go, there you go. It's kind of like a 2D Trials. So it just, again, came out on Steam. I gotta tell you, there's a lot of nostalgia in this for me. On the other hand, I'm also like, where do I go? Do you have to get the apple and then go to the flag? Is that how this works? Or you gotta touch the flower, okay. Steam players around you. You can tell the interface is, you know, it's straight out of the 2000s. This is how everything looked on the web 1.0. Is very Hypnospace Outlaw-esque. But, and I have fallen. I can't in good conscience, without having played it for a long time, or games like it for a long time, recommend it wholesale. But on the other hand, it's a relic, and I think it's a relic with some charm as well. I think this is one of those games, though, where it's really like a nostalgia play. You know, if you played this as a kid, or as a teenager, oh baby, you're probably going to be a little bit more invested in it. Let's play our next level, okay. As you can see, things get very difficult here. Even though this looks right now like something I would make in, like an introductory level HTML5 JavaScript class, you're looking at a historical relic, sweetheart. You failed to finish. Okay, maybe you do have to get the... Oh, you gotta get some piece of fruit, or do you just have to touch the... Oh, I have hit my head. Oh, you can see there's a little map down there. That'll make things easier for you. I got an idea. What if we turn? Nope, you're gonna hit your chin on that, and now I'm realizing the version that I played as a youngster... Nope. The version I played as a youngster was very much... Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. I think either a knockoff or a demo on one of those websites that was like addictinggames.com or something like that. This is more foreign to me than I expected. That's okay. We're gonna get there. You're doing great, sweetie. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep driving. Good springs. I really thought we could do the full flip there. I mean, if I can't even get through the warm-up levels, we're gonna have some considerable problems here. This is cue a neon platformer, but on two wheels. We're gonna pop up. Send it. Keep sending it. Keep sending it. Keep sending it. Okay, that to me looks like a Web 1.0 hazard. Let's go this way first. Slow and steady wins the race. Can I tell you, they move the map based on the direction you're going? Oh, Lord. That in and of itself is a quality of life improvement I would not have expected in a game from this era. Good balance, good balance. Come on, buddy. Come on. You're like my Ford Focus. You got no torque in there. That's all right. It's a front wheel drive. Is that common? Maybe that's common in bikes. I don't know. No, if it was front-wheel drive, how the heck would you do a wheelie? Doesn't make any sense, which is a core move on a motorcycle. Great work. And then, okay, good cushion. You got a heck of a suspension on that thing. Great stuff. And you've recovered. And we've made it. Now, you might laugh at this, because it's a little quaint. However, this really is, like, the kind of game where I have heard stories of people that are like, oh yeah, when I was like 13 years old, I don't know, I probably put like 2,000, 3,000 hours into Elasto Mania. We'll figure out as we get through this cursed Donkey Kong meets getting over it level here. Whoop. Oh! If we're gonna get to that level. I don't know if it has like user-driven tracks in it or something like that, but you know as well as I do, I'm a sucker for mechanics. In the same way that Jonas Brothers song goes, I'm a sucker for you. I'm a sucker for mechanics. And this one in particular, let's go. Incredible. And go faster. Oh, come on. I touched the freaking artifact from an Eldritch realm and it killed me. I'm a sucker for mechanics, and this game is literally 100% mechanics. They don't belabor the point. At no point do they go, your name is John Elasto, and, you know, best of luck to you on your motorcycle-based journey. Okay, I now see why it's called Elastomania, by the way. And there is, like, a bizarre... Forgive me for being a caricature of myself. There's a bizarre joie de vivre to playing this game. It's just... You know, in most games like this, you would have the ability to, like in Trials, for example, it's physics-driven, but you can lean a lot mid-air to control yourself. In this, you really just have, like, almost, like, bursts. You can get a little bit forward, you can get a little bit back, but you gotta deploy it at exactly the right time. Because if you don't... My God, he's good. If you don't, well, cancel Christmas. Great stuff, great stuff. Okay. Keep it steady down here. There is a break. Just bleed off some of that speed. Just bleed, there you go. Bleed off some of that speed. We want a stable dismount. I didn't know if they were physics objects or not, dude. Not an incredible performance. You know what I would kill for though is a quick reset button, but those weren't invented at this point in video game history. Come on. You can look at that wheel spin. Look at that wheel spin. Get me there. You know, there is when I'm bad at a game that is like a complex menagerie of mechanics, I don't get too beaten up over it. You know, I just say to myself, it is what it is. Great stuff. When I'm bad at a game that 11-year-olds are good at, that's a sobering moment for me. That's a moment that my time in the sun is past, I think. And it's time for me to move on. Hit me again with this play again. This is just the warm-up levels, dude. I gotta be honest, there's a heck of a long way to go for us here. That's great, though. That's great. That's beautiful. Keep it up. You're gonna make it. You know how I know that? 'Cause you gotta. Okay, that one... Probably would have done that differently if I'd known what was about to happen. Great, okay. It's all about the tactical deployment. The tactical deployment. There you go. Of your boost. The tactical deployment of your boost. Great work. Oh. That's no good. I believe. Well, I can't deny that I'm having a lot of fun. I want to see what's going on with some of the harder tracks, though. I really do, though. I look at this almost like, you know, when should have been playing maybe a lot of the games that... Well, let me put it this way. Every generation and within each generation, you know, each person as well, has their own kind of games that resonate with them. And for me, like, I was not really a PC gamer as a kid. Not to a huge extent, at least. I was much more of a console gamer, but really, like, I came of age during the dawn of, like, web games and flash games and, you know, light social games like Yahoo Bowling and stuff like that. So, like, that's part of the reason that games like Clubhouse games kind of resonate with me. That was incredible. We'll play next, please. But this is really, like, a good blast from the past for me, even though, again, now I'm realizing, where the heck was that Monday game that I played as a kid? I always called that Elastomania. It was very similar to this, but I don't know if... Maybe that's the next level. Oh, come on. Just keep your momentum going here. And this really is, like... I think this is the granddaddy of your games like Trials, for example. And, I mean, if you like Trials, you like Happy Wheels and stuff like that, like, this is really your... This is Patient Zero. I mean, that was an incredible performance. Let's keep it going here. But it's funny, I don't see, like, that era of games represented that much anymore, or really remembered, like, that fondly either, for that matter. Which is sad, but also fair in some ways. Like, it's not an era that a lot of people have fond memories of. Okay, he's definitely dead. But you might have nostalgia for it, like me, if you're kind of from that same generation. Like an afternoon spent on addictinggames.com playing, you know, candy stand golf. You know what always weirded me out about addictinggames.com? I mean, I used that website probably from, like, the year 2000 onwards. The whole website changed once Falling Girl became the most popular game. The culture got weird. You know, it used to be like you go there, all sorts of great Flash games available. Then it was all about, like, the game where, like, a bikini-clad 3D model falls through bubbles. Maybe I don't want to know what was happening with that, but, you know, you go to addictinggames.com and on the homepage you're like, oh my god, dude. There's this new game, it's called Falling Girl. It's got 1 million plays today, it must be amazing. And then it's just like, you don't even do anything. I mean, I'm not naive to the extent that, you know, I don't think people were enjoying that game in their off time. I'm just like... Internet it was a different place back then. Let's just put it that way. Simultaneously, a quainter place, and yet also a scary place. Dude, I think we're learning the ropes here. This is a trip down memory lane. Reminds me a little bit, and it's gonna seem like a strange comparison, but it reminds me a little bit of, like, Hypnospace Outlaw. I mean, it's different, because Hypnospace Outlaw was kind of like, hey, remember the mid-90s internet? After all that, I just let it slip away. Whereas this is like, hey, I'm from the year 2000. But in spite of the fact that you might look at this as like a cultural relic, it really is, and now that I've been playing it for, you know, almost 15 minutes, it really is like a, it's a solid little game that I feel weird even calling it little, because it might be more robust than, when I say little, I mean little in terms of the design, not in terms of, like, the amount of, you know, content in the game necessarily. What I mean is, it's just a man on a motorcycle. The world's tale as old as time. Except his motorcycle is extremely elastic. Okay, you're doing great. Just remember, on the bottom, you don't want to gain quite as much speed. Oh, baby! Good work. Now you go over top. And you go under. And you go over top. Just enough momentum. Slow is fast. Except here, fast is fast. And you're gonna pump the brakes. Just a little. Just like you're landing a Boeing 727 in the game known as X-Plane. And then you're gonna get some speed, but you're not gonna get too much speed. You're not gonna get too much speed. Oh, Daddy. No! Are you kidding me? Man. The worst part is, it's completely my fault. The other worst part is, it's gonna take me all that time to get back. But I don't know. I feel like this is one of those games I could legitimately sit here and play this for like 2 hours. It's just something like endlessly replayable about it. I have very fond memories from this era. As a kid, I always felt kind of guilty, you know, that in my computer class I would like play Flash games. I mean, to be fair, everybody in our class did, but we would play Flash games instead of like learning. But also, like, in our computer class, our computer teacher was really bad. I hope you're... I mean, I don't really care if you're watching this. I'm not gonna name him, but, you were clearly not very passionate about teaching computers. I took my computer class in high school in the year 2002, and you taught us how to type and use Google. Apparently, I did not get the apple. And then I was distracted by not getting the apple, and I flipped over. I remember distinctly... what were some things I did in that computer class? I wrote a movie review of the film 1 Hour Photo, which I saw in theaters. What's the point of that from a computer perspective? All I'm gonna say is that computer classes were in like a weird place in that era where, you know, they were a commonplace piece of machinery, but nobody really knew what to do with a computer class. So they taught it like they teach computer classes at like a retirement home, which is for basic like competency and like, you know, hey, this technology is like unfamiliar and you might not have one in your home, which is fair. So like we've got computers with Microsoft Office and you might, I don't know, the jury's out, but you might need to know how to use Microsoft Office at your next job. So, or at your first job, I suppose. I remember on our, and I've told this story many a time, but on our final exam, the number one thing you need to know right off the bat is that the final exam was out of 10, which is either an indication of an incredibly hard exam or an incredibly easy one. This was, help. This was the latter. It was an incredibly easy one. Oh God, be careful. One of the questions was... Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen. I am a fool, but we've done it. But now we gotta get back up. Okay, slow, slow, slow. One of the questions was go to Google and Google image search... Oh, hold on, I gotta focus. Absolutely beautiful. Google image search the word pen and post the third picture. No, no, no. Okay, we get another shot. We get another shot. It's harder than you'd think. It's a delicate process here. So that was, you know, 9th grade was not the most difficult grade in my high school. Let's just put it that way. Okay, hit the brakes and then get ready to hit the gas. This is for all the marbles. Oh my God. I made the same mistake. You push forward on the throttle, but you know that by pushing forward on the throttle, it's going to make your front tire come up. So you push right to try to keep your front tire from coming up. But pushing right causes you to do like a little controlled burst. There you go. Oh my. Slow is fast. Slow is fast, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can sneak in one more level here. What the heck is even that? So I honestly, like, in some ways, I do wish that I paid more attention in computer class, but I also wish that my computer class taught any skills that were actually relevant to the modern skill set. For computer usage, but instead it was really just like, oh my God. Instead it was really just like, here's a keyboard, learn how to type. I tell you, in 4th grade, I got reprimanded by my teacher. We did a typing test. I typed at 27 words per minute, which was pretty good for a 4th grader in the year, 1997. Where are we going here, dude? Oh my gosh. And my teacher went, she talked to me like after class and was like, Ryan, did you look at the keys when you typed? And I said, yes. And she said, okay, thank you for being honest, but I'm gonna have to like dock you 10 words per minute or something like that. No thanks to her, I now type at like 80 to 90 words per minute. And you know what? I don't have to look at the keys, but sometimes I do anyway, because it doesn't freaking matter. You're not using a typewriter. If you make a spelling mistake, the thing 98% of the time in the modern era corrects it for you. And the other 2% of the time puts a big squiggly line under it and goes, hey dummy, you typed, did you really mean to type duck here? And you go, that's autocorrect. No, 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 not the pit. Not the pit. No. Alright, give me one more try here. Give me one more try. I must confess that my bonelessness is thrilling me now. Ow. This is a preview of what I would have been listening to back then, too. Look, was I listening to Britney Spears in the year 2000? Absolutely. I think we are going to fall right onto the hazard here. If you weren't alive or cognizant when Hit Me Baby One More Time came out, then you don't understand that it was a moment. It was like when, I'm trying to think of a good example. It was like when Rollin' in the Deep came out times like 5,000. Of course, a couple of years later, everyone was like, what a stupid song. But at the time, everybody was like, I must confess that my loneliness is killing me. And now, the jury's come back around. Everybody recognizes that song as a bop, which it is. We're gonna get there. I've almost got this, dude. Don't you know I still believe? There you go. Push it. Push it. Now slow it. Slow it down. You got enough momentum. Little boost. Little boost. Little boost will do ya. We got bisected. We got bisected. Good stuff. We come around the side of the pizza oven and we push it. And then we slow down. And that seems absolutely perfect to me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an expert. He's done it. He's still doing it. Okay. But it's merely the beginning. Now, don't go too fast. That also seems extremely good. Oh my god, the sense of game feel. They don't make them like this anymore. Now you come up over the side. What? Well, I'm heartbroken. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. I still had a great time playing this. Number of skips allowed so far. Excuse me. This is Elasto Mania. It's a blast from the past and a lot of fun. It's $11.49 Canadian, which is $10 American on Steam. If you enjoyed it, go check the game out. Maybe you got the same kind of memories as I do. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, please click the like button. It helps out a great deal. It's the single best way to help me out as a content creator on YouTube, and I really appreciate it. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!